Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I am finally back from my vacation, but only for a couple of days, and then I'm away for another 2 or 3 days with my wife to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But anyways, I'm just sitting down to record a few more Titan tips, and for this, we're going to be on my main account instead for the next couple. Makes it a little bit easier for me to show you some more things in game anyways. So for this one, I want to talk about in-game progression. What does it mean to progress? What things should you be focusing on? What actually signifies progression for the most part? Obviously, I'm going to miss things. Obviously, there's so many different aspects to this game and things that you can focus on, but I've kind of narrowed it down to, I think, 7 things that I see as some of the most important things that are really going to push your account forward and help you to succeed in this game, if you will. So, the first one I want to talk about is slots. There's a maximum of 12 crafting slots, as you can see here. There's a maximum of 25 hero slots. There's a maximum of 8 quest slots. There's a maximum of 8 market slots. And also, if you go to the furniture, there is 80 out of 80 total that you can have. So that's 9 total expands, or your starting one plus 8, and then 8 additional furniture slots that you can add on that one at a time for gems, which total about 15,000 gems for all 8 of them. Obviously there's basement slots as well, which isn't necessary by any means, but that can go up to, I believe, 68 slots as well. I only have 44 of them, so that's actually the only thing I don't have unlocked in game. So that would be probably, in my mind, the most important thing is getting all of your slots unlocked and fully expanding your shop and all that kind of stuff, because it just allows you to do so much more in the game. I think the next most important thing is going to be furniture upgrades. This really is the backbone of everything that you do in your shop, all of your events, how much flexibility that you have, how much energy you have, and all that stuff. So if you go into my basement, that's where I have all of my bins, and as you can see, level 13 for all of my tier 3s, level 15s and 14s for all of my tier 2s, and tier 1s are all at level 14, except for, I guess, one leather, but everything's at 14. I don't have max like 555 out of everything, but this is kind of the setup that I have, so I can just crush King's Caprice, log in, and obviously craft a ton of items. In this way, let's say I'm focusing on mainly spirits and elements, I can log in and craft 16 items or something at the same time, log off, my resources regen over time, and I log in an hour later and I can do 16 more, and so the more upgrades obviously that you have, the more resources that you can have, the more that you can do once you log in. Another thought is not focusing on resources, having lots of energy. You can max out at 8,144 energy with 80 slots, everything max, upgraded to level 15 plus max guild perks, and so with that you can one shot surcharge any tier 9 with max energy as well. It's really such a huge boost, because if you want to focus on sales, you can surcharge anything, and with any successful small talk, you can surcharge a tier 9 instantly, no matter what that tier 9 is, maybe except for a couple of pack items or something, but for the most part. And then of course tier 10s are much easier, because it's either, I think, 2 successful small talks and a small discount, things like that. So it just makes it a lot easier to sell through items the more upgrades that you have. So obviously that's a huge one. The next thing that I would say is the next most important would be ascensions. Ascensions are just such a huge part to the game. Obviously you get extra surcharge values for those types of items as well. You're able to craft them more efficiently with multi-craft, craft quality more often, surcharge cost. And so having 15 stars in every single line, 11 for the 3 paid lines, is going to help you to sell through those items much more efficiently. And the high amount of stars, obviously there's going to be a ton more profit when you are crafting. And so also, if you look at items, most of you guys are going to know this, but when you look at the ascensions, there's extra multi-craft, extra quality chance, less components, that sort of thing. And so it's going to be pretty straightforward across the board, but when you're able to multi-craft a lot more, when you're crafting more rare things, and you've got the whole line ascended, your profitability when you are crafting is insane. And so that is a huge signifier of progression. Next thing is investments. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to get into a high quality guild without good invests, and so one of the most important things on your account is just going to be to get your invests up. Your buildings are going to be higher levels. You're going to be getting more resources. Your workers can get up to higher levels. Your heroes can get to higher levels, and it's just going to make things a lot easier for you to progress and get into higher guilds and that sort of thing. So next thing is heroes and champions. As I've said many times, questing late game really is the most profitable thing in the game. If you can get your Polonia team and all of your heroes to a really good spot, it's going to help you a ton. And so having your heroes high levels, having your heroes with really good gear where they're able to do all of the events and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be a massive benefit for you in the game. And so progressing your heroes, getting solid skills, gearing them properly, getting Titan souls and souling them, and just getting your teams up and running is going to be a huge benefit. And so that's going to signify a lot of progression in game, is getting your heroes to the point that they can do a lot more, right? Next thing is Masteries and Collection Book. This isn't as important, I don't think, but obviously when you have items mastered, you get quality chance. It's just really nice to have them completed. You're able to then donate items in the collection book as well to get your collection score higher, to get those rewards, and for fusion to be a lot faster. And so, that's not something that I've worked on at all. My score for collection book is literally 5. Like, I just did my first one today, but that's something later on that I'm going to want to work on a lot on my main. But it's something that's important. It's something that you're going to get extra gold value from all of your items once you are mastering and hitting those milestones. And of course you get the blueprint scrolls and all that stuff along the way. So it is a really, really good thing to do, to get as many items mastered as you possibly can. And I think the only other thing that I put on the list was having pack items. It is a huge benefit in the game if you're able to craft pack items. If you're willing to spend the money in the game to buy them, then you're going to be making a lot more. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this for example. I'm just looking at tier 10 legendary items. But if you look at these top items, pack item, pack item, pack item, not a pack item, pack item, pack item, pack item, like, what is it, 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 of the top most expensive when it comes to gems are all pack items, where those are the items that are going to have the additional stats that there's going to be a big demand for, that people are going to be wanting. So if you're able to craft pack items that have the additional stats that are best in slot, and you're able to craft legendaries or epics, and people are willing to pay 1,000+ gems for those items, obviously that's going to be a massive benefit. Where if you go down here to all of the free to play items that everybody can craft, and these are made really often, you're sitting at like 100 gems. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more, but for the most part, all of your pack items, the ones that you're going to be paying real money for, are going to be the ones that are going to have the higher demand, the better stats, and people are going to pay more for. So obviously that's going to help your account progress faster. But that's just personal preference if you're wanting to spend money or not. So that's all the things that I wanted to talk about in terms of progression over the next few days. I want to be going through some more things on this account for Titan Tips, but I guess you'll have to wait and see. So anyway, guys, hope you're all doing well. Sorry I haven't been streaming the last couple of weeks here. It's just been a little crazy, and obviously vacation and stuff, but I should be back to it next week. So anyway, take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and talk to you guys soon. See ya.